Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 27 of NFL Draft Analysis by Sideline Specialists. We're going to the home of the draft this year, Detroit. We got Terrion Arnold, cornerback, taken 24th overall by the Detroit Lions out of Alabama. So he was in the debate, obviously, with the same as Jared Verse was in the last video. It's kind of a coin toss preference sort of thing. Who the first corner off the board would be. Obviously, the Eagles were the ones who popped that cherry by taking Quinyon Mitchell. 2 picks later, the Detroit Lions then selected Terrion Arnold, and at pick 30 in another video we've done up on this channel, Nate Wiggins was taken by Baltimore out of Clemson. So second CB off the board in this year's draft. And it fits. ESPN had him as second at the position, and the 11th ranked player in the entire draft, regardless of position. I mean, that kind of speaks for itself, I think. So we're gonna jump right in. Let's pop back over here. All right, so he's 6 foot tall, 190. And it says he played mostly outside CB for Alabama over the past 2 seasons, but gained some experience in the slot in 2023. He has great long speed, recovery speed, acceleration, and agility. He also brings impressive ball skills with good on-ball production. With just 1 year as a full-time starter, he's a bit erratic in his style and had some missteps and whiffs on punches and press that got him turned around or off balance. When he's aligned and in phase, he has the talent to shut down all kinds of receivers. Though green on total snaps, he does show a good understanding of post-snap adjustments and man-match principles. So we're going to just move on down here to the player traits, strengths, and everything. I mean, that's looking pretty good. So under strengths, we got top-tier athlete for the position. Recovery speed and long speed will allow him to keep up with NFL receivers. Elite stop and start. Baseline understanding of man-match principles, which can be built on, which is great. Not afraid to stick his nose in run defense. Also great. Love that. Weaknesses, too comfortable with getting turned around. Knows he's athletic enough to do it. Yeah. But it would be better if he didn't, because then his athleticism would be used for all go and no recovery. Feels too out of control. Some missteps and whiffs, like we read. Bit too grabby on deep passes. Yeah, you'll get flagged for that in the NFL. Is fooled by footwork too often. With time, he can learn to not let that happen. It's the same thing we were talking about with Edgerrin Cooper, the linebacker for the Packers. Same exact thing. Just over time, he will not get baited as much as he just gets more reps and learns. Leverage is inconsistent. Obviously, that one definitely they need to work on that too. He doesn't really have any bad scores on the left there. His tackling being a 7, I'm not surprised because he's not big. He's really not that big, and he's not like a strength guy. He's a speed guy, so I get it. But I like that his competitive toughness is a 9. His strength is an 8, which, see, like, that's what I don't get. If your strength's an 8, and I saw that before I said the tackling thing. If your strength's an 8, I feel like your tackling should be right on par with that, maybe. Especially considering he is so quick and has good footwork and loves to actually just get stuck in there. You know what I mean? So I think the tackling definitely needs to be worked on. But it's not like it has to improve an insane amount. I like all this. Obviously, they said he's fast everywhere, which is it's a big deal. So let's move on down to the grades here. 2021, I don't even know why we bothered putting a 0 on here. That's kind of annoying. So he had 840 snaps this past year and an 88.3 grade. So most snaps, highest grade. That's great. 471 were coverage snaps. He only allowed a 51.9 completion percentage. That is excellent. And the TDs to INTs ratio. That is beautiful. Only gave up 2 touchdowns the whole year, but picked off 5. That is excellent. These are things we love to see. So let's get down to this beautiful hexagon here. The hexagon of knowledge. The lowest thing on this entire screen is a 94. Got it. I don't know if you guys remember. If you're Lions fans, I know damn sure you remember. They played in the NFC Championship game last year, and to be realistic, they should have won. But they decided to, unfortunately, kind of give that game away. And then the Niners thought they were them dudes. So you take a team that quite literally was just in the NFC Championship game, and what do? You draft a guy in the first round who doesn't really have any apparent weaknesses. And even the little ones he does can all be worked on and improved and fixed. I think we're going to see the Lions fighting for the Super Bowl appearances every year. And I'm here for it. I always love when teams that have just been down and out and brutalized by everybody for so long finally get firm footing and can compete consistently, and it's not like a fluke. And this clearly is not a fluke. The Lions are a loaded NFL football team, and they just, with a guy like this coming in there, they just get better. So we got a coverage graded outside 95, forced incompletion percentage 95, coverage grade, I don't know what TTT means. I'm not going to lie, I don't know what that means. If someone watches this and you know what the 3 T's over the 3 seconds, time to tackle? That's probably time to tackle. Maybe. Time to target. It's something like that. That's a 97. Coverage grade versus clean pocket, that's a 97. And that's a huge one because the QB is throwing at his best, and he's still where he needs to be. Coverage graded slot, 96. You can literally put this guy anywhere. Just to be crystal clear. Like, wherever they need him, he can be on the field providing. And I think the Lions should be just thrilled beyond belief. We're going to go to their little depth chart here. So he is right down here in this gold. He is an immediate day one starter across the field from Carlton Davis. And then they will have Brian Branch. Well, they have Brian Branch listed as nickel, which makes sense. And then they also took Ennis Rakestraw in this draft as well, because why not? Why not? Double down on a position that you clearly felt the weakest at. Same way the Eagles did, the Lions did the same thing. They're like, we're going to go ahead and double dip, thank you. Totally cool with that. So he has 9-inch hands, which is kind of little, but he doesn't care at all. His hands are elite. Semi-short arms, but his athleticism allows him to kind of make up for that with his jumping ability and side-to-side ability. He really doesn't care. He ran a 4.5. I think his football speed's faster than that. 1.54 10-yard split is perfectly good. 37-inch vert, excellent. 10 3/4 foot broad jump, great. His production score was the number 1 overall at the combine for good reason. So I think he can become a better athlete. That's fully within his skill set and his capabilities. And then you match that with his ball skills, his ability to read the quarterbacks and abuse routes. This guy's going to be incredible, I think. The Lions have whiffed on first round CBs before. I don't think they whiffed this time. This is not a Jeff Okuda moment. So fear not. We are going to go ahead and just jump into highlights here. Share this instead. That's the problem, Nancy, baby. I ain't you on me. Tonight I'm gonna party with the people that believe. Okay, top of the screen. It's against Ole Miss. No idea what the score is or time on the clock. That was just pure recovery because he grabs him a little, doesn't care, jumps up, gets hands on. Stop asking for a flag. He didn't do shit to you, son. He kind of did. Makes the play. It's a good play. If that was a Super Bowl versus the Chiefs, trust me, flag called. That's a nasty interception.
Excellent break on the ball from Arnold. Terrion Arnold. What an interception.
Oh man. He had no business. He had no business getting in front of that.
To the 46 now. Wide receiver screen.
Man.
To the 46.
Dude, he just reads that immediately. Gets around BT Jr. Gets in there.
Great effort
wow.
That time. Watch Terrion Arnold blow this play up, run right through Neighbors on the play, and get it. Or was it Brian Thomas? It was Brian Thomas. Excuse me.
Against Georgia.
Down the middle.
Nope.
Traffic incomplete intended for McConkey.
So you just wonder, just out loud,
Yep.
the way McConkey is limited.
Ladd McConkey is a very fundamental receiver as well. There's a reason he went very early in the second and was projected to potentially go in the first, so that is a great coverage rep right there. He was on him like white on rice. Did he actually knock this out, or was this ball just not caught? He knocked that out.
Ball is scooped. Caleb Downs.
Down to the one! All right.
Play fake. Quick strike. Slant incomplete. Broken up by Arnold in the secondary for Alabama.
Dude, he just gets in there. Sorry, I love watching CB tape. That's why I'm just like hyper-focused. AD Mitchell. See, this is another reason that you have confidence taking a guy in the first round like this, is where he played and who he played against, especially this year's class, right? Do they have him on punt return? For kickoff? I have my phone in my hand. It looks like I'm trying to tell ghost stories. Terrion Arnold went to the Detroit Lions, my children. And there, he dominated receivers into retirement.
Nice play by Terrion Arnold over there on the corner. Intended for Lacey.
It just doesn't even matter where you put him. And that would have been offensive PI if they had thrown a flag on anything, and he just still didn't give a damn at all. Well, that's a bad throw. Let's see what he does with it, though. Yeah, nice. Straight up the field. It did say that in the PFF little guide thing. It did say he loves to get his just kind of like nose stuck in on run defense, which means he's going to not be afraid of being hit either.
See if it's Dejon Edwards time or it's a quarterback sneak. It's a pitch. Edwards. Great penetration by Alabama, and they stop it.
We just talked about Terrion Arnold.
Nope.
One of the things that the Alabama secondary
does, the combo of Terrion Arnold and Kool-Aid McKinstry.
They will tackle. They will play the run.
That dude tried to block. Number 4 for Georgia. He tried. He did not succeed. Steps up yet again. Pass breakup because, of course.
Knocked away by Arnold.
Terrion Arnold came in the Texas game. They can't get him off the field.
He just puts himself in the correct position. And look at this, dude. Edge read, knew it was a run, comes straight off the edge, avoids the block from the receiver, from AD Mitchell. Mitchell tried, failed miserably. Mitchell's going downfield to block, thinking that somehow he was going to get away from Arnold. See, I'm watching this, and I'm like, where's the bad tackling at? Because that was a running back. One-on-one with a CB. And it was like light work.
Down at the goal line, intercepted right the case, so he's going to let it fly. Down at the goal line, intercepted right at the goal line.
He just flew like 5 yards in the air and landed on his ass. Came down with a pick. Nice. Oh, corner blitz. No.
Trying to get out of there, and finally is tackled. Terrion Arnold was holding on for dear life and eventually got the quarterback to the ground. Let's see what
that one I'm not going to be mad at because he got blocked by a fullback that probably outweighs him by like 100 pounds and just shoved to the ground. And he absolutely refused to give up on that play. Oh, yeah. Deflected at the line. He makes the read in the air. He's the guy who steps up to make the play.
Back-to-back stops. Turner times it.
Doink.
Terrion
Great job.
Arnold is the recipient of it.
Second down and 6.
Okay, he's at the very bottom right of the screen.
Off the play fake.
Now he's gone.
Steps up in the pocket.
Homie's going deep. It's not going to work out well for him. It.
Arnold brings it back across the 30. Beautiful spin move across the 35. And he's up to the 42 before Franklin makes the tackle.
Hearing my Phillies announcer announcing college football always trips me out.
It is Hable who keeps it himself.
Good old Wheeler.
Does not get much.
Yard line with 1 second to go. Thorne lofts one out.
He's going deep. It's a piece of shit. It's going to get taken back.
Maybe with a touchdown.
If he didn't step out, touchdown. I do like this guy's videos a lot. I think they're excellent. So we have. We'll just summarize. Lions got their guy. I somehow lost this man. He's lost in the sauce. Oh, I'm stupid. They have this stuff in alphabetical order. All I have to do is go back up to A. Hold up. There's Abrams Drain and bye-bye. There we go. So, yeah, I think if you're a Lions fan, you got to be stoked. And then you add Rakestraw later in the draft for depth. This team just got better, and they were already exceedingly good. You have Goff locked up. You've got Amon-Ra St. Brown locked up. You've got Penei Sewell locked up. Aiden Hutchinson will 100% never play anywhere else ever in his life, I promise you. I think Branch is also another one. Another amazing draft pick that's just going to be just getting better and better. Yeah. Coaching staff has stayed so they can just work within the schemes on both sides of the ball that they've been used to and improve those as well. Yeah, this guy's a stud. I think it's an A pick. I think it has to be an A pick. It was their biggest position in need, and it wasn't like they were in an awkward draft spot where, I mean, he fell to them because the draft went the way it did. So it was the same exact situation as my Eagles, where it was just like, how were we so lucky to still have a chance at a guy of this talent and caliber at a position of need at pick 20, what I say, 24? I mean, Jesus. It's very impressive. So, yeah. I think that's how I'll end it. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button. If you'd like to see future videos, please consider hitting subscribe. If you subscribe, you will be notified when we go live for our podcast. It is usually Saturday mornings, but it won't be this week because I work at 11. So, yeah, that's that. If you want to listen to our old podcasts, you can find those on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google. And if you'd like to watch the old VODs, they're right on YouTube as well. Okay? Thank you for coming. We'll see you again very soon.